What's up, everybody? We're having a bob sighting right now. The elusive blue ram's horn, the ultra rare gold foil pack blue ram's horn with the black foot. He's definitely crazy looking, but yep, there he is again. There's Bob. He came around. He's doing pretty good. So everything's doing pretty good here. Guppies are going crazy. Little puffer guys is doing awesome. I don't want to knock it. Our plants are starting to do pretty decent. I got to jump in there, and I see the little shells in there, little snail guys. But that's definitely the secret, is get rid of those snails and your plants will survive. This guy in the middle here, this is actually doing pretty good. And you see that big giant trumpet horn there, the trumpet. There's another big guy, where'd he go? Where'd he go? Hey, there he is, whoa. They're doing pretty good. There's a ton of shrimp if you look up at the top. I'm sorry about the light. I don't know if you can see them. Yeah, okay, there you go. Right, you see them guys. They're all hanging out on that duckweed. And then over here, these guys are doing real good. You know what? This tank is loaded with this brown algae that I haven't cleaned in a couple of days. But otherwise, the plants are doing pretty good in this one, as you can see, which is pretty good. This is just that empty tank with the snails and shrimp. I started cleaning the algae off, so it's actually pretty nice in there. It looks pretty good. Once I get the rest of the algae off, it won't look so bad. But you can see that the snails are just constantly laying eggs just over and over and over. So we really got to try to tamp down on the snail guys, because that's what's killing all the plants. As you can see, they just love eating the plants. Then our Cory guys down there are doing pretty good. They're hanging in there. They've been getting fed a lot of bloodworm, so they've been fattening up. Oh, sorry about that. There's a guy hanging out in there. What's up, fat boy? Or girl? Not sure. And then those guys are doing pretty good. And of course, the glow guys here are doing all right in the 90. The cattle ranch is always lively. Everybody's hanging out in the cattle ranch. They're doing real good. Now this one, again, I said I was really getting rid of all the snails I could possibly get rid of. I think I pretty much. The other day I actually saw. I don't know what that is in there. That looks like a ram's horn. But I actually saw one of the assassin snails, and he was just cruising around in the sand out here. But what I really want to show is those little plants are actually growing. They're coming back. Look at those things. They actually got little leaves on them now. Now that I got rid of those snails, they're just eating everything. So our blue snail is Bob, and our this is Gary. What's up, Gary? Gary's prehistoric. Gary is scary. He's like what do they call those crazy ones that like kind of walk on the mud and stuff? Like, you know, he reminds me of those weird ones like that. But he's doing pretty good. Of course, you know, the mollies are just doing excellent so far. Thank God. Like I said, knock on wood. These guys have been doing real good. Everybody's in there. We did have a casualty the other day. And you know, I'll ask this as a question. I don't know if anybody goes through this, but I've had it happen to me a couple of times. One of the black mollies was super duper duper pregnant, fat, and she had
the babies, right? So you can see that, like, I think those were the ones that she had because they were just so little tiny guys, you know. And I didn't notice her until I happened to see her swimming around at the top, and she was absolutely deflated. You know what I mean? Her belly was sunken in and everything, and I was like, wow. She just had a gazillion little babies, but now she's like a deflated balloon. So I tried to keep an eye on her, and she looked like she was, you know, exhausted, I guess, from having a million little babies. But she didn't make it. She lasted a few days. She was eating a little bit. She was kind of hanging out at the top, and she was swimming. I checked everything to make sure that, you know, the water was good and everything. And I thought maybe, you know, she would just gain her weight back, but she didn't make it. So that was a little bit heartbreaking, but I understand that things happen. Also, I don't know if you guys are actually seeing right here all these little, I'm going to say they maybe are going to be platinum. Those white ones right there. I mean, there's a lot of white guys in there now. So they're doing real good. Our boy, wherever he is, there he is, right? Where is he? Yeah, there he is, right? He's hanging out, that one Corey guy. Eventually, we got to get him out of there and get him with his brothers and stuff. And then there's the, I don't know where my other boy is. He's usually around here. And he's actually getting pretty big, that guy. I don't know if you'll be able to see him. I'll try to, no. He's usually around here. But anyway, he's that tricolor, the first tricolor guy. And he's getting pretty big. I mean, he's doing pretty good, I guess. I don't see him around right now. So he's doing so good that he's dead and he's gone. No, he was just here a little while ago, so I know he's doing pretty good. So that's those guys. And then, like I said, the Corey baby guys just always do really good. So these guys are going to go into the cattle farm too. And then this is where we had the orange Molly, that one pregnant orange Molly. And a couple of comments said, you know, separate her out and stuff like that. So we actually did that, and I don't know if you can, I mean, you probably can see, but she had absolutely just a ton of these little, you know, I guess maybe they're going to be orange, I guess, or maybe they'll be tricolor, but she just had, I don't know, let me see if I can get in on some of these guys. Well, she had a bunch of those guys. So, and she didn't make it either, though. She had the babies. She didn't look like the black Molly, like all sunken in, like deflated. She still looked pretty healthy, but she was constantly hiding in the mops. And I tried to feed her. You know, usually she was eating like the bloodworms like crazy. Like she was really into that. So I was trying to feed her, and she was eating, and I could have sworn she was up and around in the morning when I fed them, and then towards the afternoon, like I happened to pass by, and I'm always like looking in on them, you know, like always paranoid that something's going on. But there really is a lot of these guys in here now. Now that I'm kind of looking, and then now that they're coming up to the glass here, and they must think I'm going to feed them, but and I came in the morning, and she was just, you know, like floating. I don't even say floating. She was on the bottom. She must have just passed away because she looked pretty much like pretty healthy. Like she was, you know, I thought she was going to just, when I went to grab her, I thought she was going to swim away. But she was gone. And I was like, wow, it's so crazy. And then I felt bad because I said, you know, there goes the one. I only have like 3 orange ones anyway, and now she's gone. I only got like 2, and they might be 2 orange males. I'm not even sure. But if you look in here, I guess she passed on her lineage, and there you go. All right, so we are gonna have some orange, and I guess. I mean, I don't know I've never really had Molly, so I don't know what the color does when they grow. We're going to find out, I guess. But there's a couple of platinum guys, and there are a bunch of those little orange guys in there, which is just excellent. And also these a couple of black. I think there's like 4 of these black guys in there still. So we're gonna get the black ones are getting a little big. So we're probably gonna try to get them out of there. And then even those white guys could go in the other one, but we'll give the little orange guys a little bit more time to get to about that size where the white. Let's see, like that white one right there. When they're about that size, I think it's a good time to shoot them over to the other thing because I don't worry about them getting eaten by the bigger guys. Even though those orange guys right there, they might be a little too big for those big guys to swallow anyways, but you never know, right? All right, so I just wanted to show you, actually, the main thing was these little plants that are growing back in. I'm just so surprised that all it took was to just eradicate the snails. All right, I will see you guys soon.